doing anything that isn't in a flow that is beneficial. Make sense? Any questions so far? No, we're good? So how do we get there from here? And this is where I wish I had more time. There's a couple of tools that are really, really helpful, easy, anybody can do them. And if I'm stepping on your toes because it's not a religion or an understanding you have, go ahead and substitute something else. Remember, St. Francis meditated. I think, John, do you remember what it was that they call that? When he did it, it was something else besides meditation.
Contemplation.
Contemplation, thank you. Right, and so contemplation really is the same thing. So if my terminology isn't what you want, you're welcome, please, to substitute what will work for you. So what we have is a body that's connected to the earth. Our body has a spirit. And again, most of the religions have an understanding of this. The terminology changes. How we get there from here doesn't always look the same. So when you meditate, you're actually working to bring your body and your spirit into closer harmony, right? So that when we can be the body and we can be the spirit. So spirit only bees, right? Bodies love to do, right? Have you ever seen a kid hold still, like at church? Shh, sit down, quiet. I know that one, right? Because that action of doing it's just really right there. So that's what we fight as Westerners with meditation is, we just want to do. Why do we want to do? Because we know that if we do enough, we will have. Yes, I want to have it, right? So everybody, go ahead, and if your legs are crossed, go ahead and uncross them. Yeah, get your feet on the floor. So as bodies, again, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, comes from the Bible. It's a Christian practice. And what that's pointing to is that our bodies are connected to earth. Our bodies are of earth. When we leave our bodies, they become earth again. So when our feet are flat on the floor, we have a stronger connection with our earth energy, right? Our earth energy is what makes our bodies safe. Our earth energy is what gives our bodies life. They really do. So, yeah. So now that your legs are uncrossed, we have in the Eastern school of thought chakras that run up and down the major chakras run up and down basically the spine. The first chakra is the chakra right at the base of the spine, way back here. You're sitting on it. And its job is survival. It helps to keep you alive. That's what its job is. And each of the different chakras have different purposes. So go ahead, everybody, and there's the word postulate. And the word postulate is just pretend it's true, right? So go ahead and postulate that you have a first chakra, that you're now going to connect to the center of the planet. This is called grounding. Your grounding can look like a cord, a cable, a rope, a tree. Right now mine shifted. I've been using like basically a sewer pipe for forever, right? That big cement, boom. Imagine it going. So your first chakra just releases it down. Gravity takes it all the way down. There you go. Now, did you guys notice the room just calmed down? On an energetic level, do you feel that? It just calmed. Because our bodies are safest when they have that connection. And when you're grounding, that's what that does. Isn't that cool? So when we meditate, we don't have to do really to get to the space of being comfortable in our body. It's that simple. Right. So as you're grounded like that, the next thing we're going to do is bring up earth energy. Bodies have earth energy, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. And when we bring earth energy up and into our body, it's validating. So go ahead, and the major chakras are up and down the spine. The minor chakras are basically in every joint. So you've got them in your hands, you've got them in your elbows, shoulders. You have them in the bottom of your feet. So go ahead and just, again, postulate. You're going to imagine this is so. Earth energy coming up through your feet. And let them come up, and just imagine they have energy channels that go up basically along the bones, up to the knee, and then up into that first chakra again. So now you got a lot of earth energy in that first chakra. Kind of cool, huh? Maybe you have more than you need. Go ahead and let the extra go down that grounding cord. Notice how it's really easy to be still with this happening. When I started this conversation, it was with the idea that we are body and spirit. So right now the body's going, yeah, man, this feels really good. Your spirit's going, boring. So let's go ahead and take care of the spirit. So the spirit, what it wants is to be able to connect to the cosmos, the Christ force, the greater all that is. So go ahead, just like we imagined a cord or whatever you picked to go down, go ahead and imagine just out in the universe, wherever, crystalline grid if you want to, just a place that's in affinity with your body, and just kind of point it to the center of your head, which happens to be the 7th chakra if you're doing the chakra thing. And go ahead and allow it. Again, you're going to postulate. It goes down the energy channels, which run on either side of the spine and the back. And there you go. So now you've got spirit energy coming down. You've got earth energy coming up. Go ahead in the first chakra, let them mix. So you've got a blend now. You've got earth energy, you've got cosmic energy. And go ahead and allow that blend to come up the front. The front channels are exactly opposite the back channels. Obviously they're in the front. I mean, hello, front channels. There you go. Okay, so the front channels, when you get to your throat, go ahead and have some of that energy kind of come down and out your little hand chakras, right? Because you got a lot of extra energy, you don't need it all. And then you let the rest of it come up and out of your head. Psychics can actually see fountaining. Does anyone notice that things are a little clearer? A little calmer, a little clearer? This is called running energy. You're grounded, you're connected to the earth. You've got cosmic energy coming down, you've got earth energy coming up. You've got a balance. Anybody want to talk about what they're feeling right now? Calm.
My mind is very quiet.
Yeah.
First time today.
Very quiet. Yeah, it's real easy, right? It's real easy. Go ahead. I saw your hand. Nope. Put you on the spot. Go ahead.
Got a white band right here.
White band. Do you like that white band or do you want to get rid of it?
I like it.
There you go. See? Way cool. So as we work with this is spirit energy, this is earth energy, it's a balance of both. You can play with it. What if you guys turn the cosmic energy up? So just postulate again, we're just making it so. I want thousands of amps of cosmic energy. Notice my energy, instead of being calm right now, is going zzz, right? All right, so maybe I want less. So you can play with that. And go ahead and play with the earth energy. I want a different color. Spirit speaks in color, it speaks in tone, it speaks in smell, it speaks in vibration. If it speaks in, is it a wave or is it a particle? It speaks in both. Yeah. So go ahead and find the balance. And again, you can postulate it. I want the balance of earth and cosmic energy that's exactly right for my body in this space. There you go. And you're going to change it. My girlfriend and I have been doing a lot of dancing. Believe me, I'm not doing this when I'm dancing, right? But I can be grounded. I can be spirit aware. But the balance is different. Hi, welcome. Yeah. So this is go ahead.
When you're meditating, do you ever feel a blockage somewhere, like the energy can't pass?
Absolutely.
So how do you deal with that?
Absolutely. So there's a couple of ways to do that. One of them, if you're just by yourself, right? You've got the energy flowing, direct the energy to clear that out. Kind of like a dam. There can be enough force of water to break the dam. And like a dam, sometimes that's not enough. And then there are other energy tools. There's a lot of energy workers. There's just a ton of different means of doing it. For example, I do energy work, and I could clear that block for you, or get you started on clearing the block. I love stones. I know Marie loves stones too. Stones can be used. Again, sound. I love toning. There's a lot of different techniques. And what we found is because we are so varied, we have so much depth and so much experience, not the same thing works for everybody. So you might not be turned on by stone, so it's a rock, right? So part of what's really fun about coming to a place like this is there's so much variety. There's so many things that you can just, play. And it's kind of like having a buffet. You can try which one and see which one resonates with your body. But if you're just by yourself and you're using this simple meditation, just crank it up and have it see if you can blast through, kind of like water pounding on that dam to get it to break. Yeah. Another thing you can do, and this is going back to the idea of chakras, is let's say you feel it in your heart. The heart chakra for a lot of us does get blocked. Imagine going really big, and then really small, and then really big. You're creating a suction, right? A pump. And that pumping action sometimes can do the same thing.
Right.
Help break it. And so, if you have energy, wherever the energy is, that is something that I've had a lot of success with.
Cool.
Yeah, as far as, again, being on your own. I saw a hand over here. You just waving, you happy?
I'm grounded. I'm always happy.
You're grounded. Yeah. So this, guys, is just real simple. I learned this through the Berkeley Psychic Institute years ago. They actually do a 6-week class on this. There's techniques that you can learn, and just it helps to have it brought to mind over and over and over again, to really just have it be present. But notice, guys, as I'm talking, I can actually almost hear an echo coming back. When we ground like this, we tend to have not just our physical body, but we have an aura, right? What's an aura? Well, that's all the spirit energy that just doesn't want to fit in the body. It's like, yeah, no, I got that. I don't want to be there. I want to be here. And our bodies, because we don't have training, who's my aura, where's my aura, what are we going to do? Our auras go out, they go in, they go out, they go in. And so a lot of times when we get scared, instead of pulling it in, we do the opposite. We send it out. And so we cover the whole freaking city, because that's going to keep us safe, right? But then you've got the information of everybody else who's in the city, and it can kind of get things crazy. So when you notice that things are getting a little bit weird, guess what? Ground. Call it back. And so what's happening is I've been talking, you guys have all pulled your aura in, even without me saying anything. Can you feel the difference? It was kind of noisy. There's like a chatter when we first got in, and it's just really still. Can you guys feel that? Yeah. So part of what happens with those of us who are doing energy work is there's a thing called validation. You're just a body. What are you doing? You're wasting my time? Right? So when we look around and go, what kinds of things are happening? What kinds of changes? Noticing sometimes the small things. Like I can actually kind of hear an echo. Hey, that's pretty cool, right? And that didn't come from me. It actually came from all of you. Pulling it down. Bring it in. So the good news is there's no rules. So you want to go ahead and let it go big, go big. If you want to pull it in and let it do that, you can. You can just, again, that magic word postulate. Oh, I want my aura to be out. Oh, I want my aura to be in. No rules.
So, for instance, if you were interested in being invisible, for whatever purposes you want to be invisible, you would pull it in, your aura?
I would.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. I would. You could actually play with it. Really play with it. What I've heard for that one is to pull it in and then put like mirrors.
Oh.
That's what I've heard.
Great idea.
So people look and they see themselves coming back, and they're like, oh no, I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Do you ever use a mantra in your meditation practice?
You know, again, I don't have an hour. I just had a half hour to do this. So what I found is that the BPI tool, in just this little, however much time we've used, has cleared the room, right? So it's very effective. I tend to do